Well, hello, YouTube! Spazie coming at you, and Planty, obviously. We're gonna throw down a little Sivir guide for you. We're gonna go through her runes, her mastery pages, and her abilities. You know, she got changed with the Volibear patch, so we're looking at a complete new ranged AD carrier for the league. So let's dive into how I play Sivir like a boss. First of all, let's take a look at that brand new passive, Fleet of Foot. Sivir's basic attacks against enemy champions grant her 50 movement speed for 2 seconds. Now this used to be dodge increase if you move about, but yeah, they've changed it to this awesome chasing thingy. Enjoy! Her Q, Boomerang Blade. Sivir hurls her crossblade like a boomerang, which deals physical damage to the first unit and 20% reduced damage to each subsequent target. Now this, guys, is your nuke of choice. 1.1 per attack damage scaling, which is insane. Use this and make them suffer. Sivir's W is called Ricochet. Sivir's next basic attack will bounce to 5 additional targets, dealing damage to the first target and 25% less damage with each bounce. And note, guys, this will only proc items effect on the first bounce, but it actually does reset your attack timer, so use this wisely. Now this is also on a 1 per attack damage scaling, which is pretty darn nice. And then we have Sivir's E, which is Spell Shield. Creates a magical barrier that blocks a single enemy ability used on Sivir. Lasts up to 3 seconds. If an ability is blocked by the shield, Sivir regains 150 mana. Awesome ability, is all I got to say, guys. This is what will make you an awesome AD carry in any lane or team fight if you learn how to master it. Sivir's ultimate is called On the Hunt. Sivir leads her allies into battle, granting them increased movement and attack speed for a period of time. Now in depth, this actually grants Sivir 30, 45 and then at max level 60% attack speed, granting half of that to any nearby allies, and also granting the movement speed of everyone near and herself by 25%. This is a team ghost. This is increasing your damage with insane amounts as you attack super fast. This is used for getaways, this is used for initiation, this is used for taking down Baron or other objectives or turrets. This is awesome. Let's take a look at those masteries real quick, shall we? For masteries, I use, I have 2 sets. I have one when I pick cleanse for my AD carry, and one where I pick exhaust, and that's for the enhanced cleanse and exhaust, obviously. I pick on either one of these, but they are pretty much the same. They are the same, actually. They are identical. 2460 is what we're looking at. Especially with Sivir, you don't really need to grab anything mana related in the utility tree, since you have your spell shield, and that should be your one priority as Sivir to start and master right away. So what we're looking at here is every single physical damage enhancement you can find in the offensive tree, and you've got some armor and magic resist in the defensive tree. I even go ahead and grab Havoc for 1.5 increased damage dealt, and I also grab Executioners, obviously, which increases damage dealt by 6% to all targets below 40% health. And for runes, I picked my standard AD carry runes, which is flat damage quintessences, armor penetration marks, and attack speed seals and glyphs. Now, you could argue switching out these seals for armor or magic resist flat. I could accept that is a decent build as well, but I just like playing with that full attack speed. I think it helps me, and I've just got so used to last hitting with that attack animation. So this is what I roll. Items in League of Legends are always situational, this you should know by now. For Sivir, if I have a support that can give me some sustain with heals, I usually go with a Doran's Blade. However, if you play with a Nunu, which is an awesome combination as well, or a Pirate, anything support with no heal, you probably want to grab some boots or a cloth armor and some health pots for sustain, because you want to make sure that you stay in lane for as long as possible and grab those last hits. Your first 2 important buys should be Berserker Greaves and Bloodthirster. You might want to switch out those Berserker Greaves for Mercury Treads if you're not comfortable with your spell shield. Now, some have argued that Sheen is a better idea for a first item on Sivir, and while I do agree that you get some nice procs from your W since it's on a very low cooldown at max level, the significant burst you get from Boomerang Blade if you invest in a BF sword based item like the Bloodthirster is too significant to ignore. For a second item though, Sheen might be a great idea, and then upgrading it into a Trinity Force. However, Frozen Mallet is also very viable, and I would recommend you guys to actually stop and think of what you buy. For instance, you might have a Gangplank or a Nunu on your team, and thus you will have enough attack speed from both their abilities and your ultimate, so you might not want to invest in the seal. As always guys, try and think one step ahead and alternate your item build. Sure, you might have a successful build, but alternating that build is what separates the good Sivir players from the great Sivir players. This rule applies to your late game build as well, of course. Offensive items like Stark's Favor, Last Whisper and Phantom Dancers are all great items, of course, but you might want to invest in some defenses as well. If you grab the Frozen Mallet, some armor or magic resist could go a long way. Yes, you might want to build your Sivir like a complete glass cannon without any defenses. And yes, you will be able to deal tons of damage, but you will also melt in teamfights if the enemy catches you and you are not able to spell shield it properly. Defensive items that are great for any AD carry includes Banshee's Veil, Guardian Angel, Frozen Heart, and maybe even Wit's End. An important part of playing a great Sivir is to learn how to land your boomerang blade. Now remember, it deals more damage if you don't hit anything but the target you want to nuke, and yes, it turns into quite a nuke indeed. Try and wait for the ally CC to do the trick before crushing them with your boomerang.
That's some OP shit.
Oh, goodbye, Ash.
Your boomerang combined with your W is also an excellent tool for farming those lovely minions. Oh, we love them so much. Yes, yes. In order to be a successful Sivir, you need to master your spell shield. It will not only supply you with great amounts of mana, but it will also help you get out of pinches, chase down opponents, and overall survive the devastating CC of the other team.
Thank you for mana.
In this particular clip, we do a rather clumsy engagement bottom. Shaco comes in for a gank and I whiff my boomerang blade and accidentally get underneath the turret and draw turret aggro. Now if I haven't used my spell shield efficiently here, Lux's Light Binding would have kept me into turret range and Grave's Burst would definitely have brought me down. Some spells, like Ash's Volley, are easy to predict and dodge. However, using your giggity powers of awesomeness to block Zillion's time bombs, now that takes some practice. As an AD carry, you want to make sure that you always stay behind your tanks, but still in range to be able to deal damage. Now positioning is tricky, and that's probably the hardest thing of being a successful AD carry. But try and use your ultimate to your favor. You've got some significant movement speed from it, and use it to kite the enemies. If you have a Phage or a Frozen Mallet, then this should be easy.
Yeah, I see you, boy. Oh. Oh.
Why did that like a
I got him.
I hope you guys enjoy this guide to Sivir. Make sure you hit that like button if you did, and also don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next guide coming out. Feel free to leave a little comment below of what you liked or disliked or what you'd like to see in the future. Also feel free to leave a message for Planty, he gets lonely sometimes. Thank you guys for watching, this has been Spazie, and I am out. Do it!